my beloved child. In the quiet journey you are walking, the time has come for the hidden light within you to begin shining more clearly than ever before. There are those around you who are beginning to sense that you are not like everyone else. They are puzzled, perhaps even astonished, when they catch glimpses of the radiant light that emanates from your soul. It is a light that cannot be concealed for long, because it does not originate from human effort, but from me, your Creator, who has dwelled within you, working in you day by day, hour by hour, in ways both subtle and powerful. People may look at you and assume you are just an ordinary person, bound by the same limitations as everyone else. But when they pause long enough to truly look, to truly listen, to truly feel, they will begin to perceive something beyond natural understanding, something that stirs them to wonder, what is within this person? Why is there such an unusual presence? Why is it that simply being near them brings comfort, as if touched by a peace that defies explanation? What they have discovered is not something you have manufactured, but something I have placed within you. I am the one who breathed life into your soul, who intricately formed every part of your being, and who planted deep within you sacred seeds bearing the names of destiny, calling, and eternal purpose. Buried within you is a treasure yet to be fully uncovered, a strength not yet fully activated, and divine gifts I have intricately placed there since the beginning of time. You are a marvelous work, not to be measured by a passing glance. You are a precious vineyard I have cultivated in stillness, watered with my tears and my faithfulness, so that in due season you will bear fruit that nothing can hinder. Those around you have only begun to witness the first budding of this blossoming season. What they see is merely the beginning. Behind that single blossom lies an entire garden hidden within you, one that is about to bloom, not for your glory, but to magnify my name, for I am the one who planted the good seed in your life. Within you dwell rare and sacred gifts, the ability to bring healing through gentle words, the power to uplift souls on the verge of collapse, the vision to see goodness in people the world has hastily condemned. You carry a perspective that transcends the present moment, an intuition sensitive to movements in the spiritual realm, and a tender heart always inclined toward goodness. None of these came from self-teaching or the shaping of circumstance. They were born of the sacred origin from which you came, born of me. You were not created merely to exist, but to influence. Not just to survive, but to reveal something of me to this world. I have placed within you a fire of righteousness, of compassion, of truth, and this fire cannot be extinguished. Even when you felt forgotten, misunderstood, or misjudged, those very moments allowed me to deepen your roots in faith and humility, so that now you can stand firm, unmoved by the gaze or the praise of man. So do not be surprised when others begin to seek you for counsel, for strength, or simply to be near you to feel peace. What they are sensing is the current of my presence flowing through you. They may not know what to call it yet, but their souls are longing for it, and you, the bearer of that life-giving stream, are not meant to hold it back, but to pour it out with wisdom and kindness. I know that there are times when you feel unready, when you believe you're not strong enough, not worthy enough to carry something so great. But my beloved, it was not you who chose yourself for this calling. It was I who chose you, and I did not choose wrongly. I saw your weaknesses long before you did, but I also saw the faithfulness that would grow within you. I foresaw the moments you would stumble, yet I also foresaw the moments you would rise, eyes brimming with tears, but hearts stronger and more resolute. I am not looking for those who are perfect. I am looking for those who are willing. And you are more ready than you realize. What I am awakening within you is the spiritual potential that has long been veiled by insecurity, by false words spoken over your life, by past failures that made you question your true worth. But today I say to you, lift up your head. The crown I have placed upon you is not for display. It is for purpose. Step out of the land of doubt and set your feet upon the territory of conviction, where you know who you are and you know who lives within you. I am awakening the calling that has lain dormant in the depths of your heart. You've felt it. A stirring that defies explanation, a longing to rise above the mundane, a whisper that comes each time you pray, telling you that something greater awaits. And it is true, my beloved. It is real. You were not called to live a life that fades into the background, but to shine in the midst of the night. You were not destined to blend in, but to stand out. With humility and the power that flows from me, the world may be surprised, but I am not. I saw that light in you when it was still just a flicker. I nurtured it through every wind of adversity, and now it is becoming a flame. And when that flame is raised high, it is not to glorify you. It is to bring light to countless others, still wandering in the dark. Prepare yourself, for the season of bearing fruit is drawing near. You will enter a time when what has been hidden inside you will be brought into the light, not for show, but for service, not for fame, but for example, not for praise, but to testify to the power of the one who has chosen you, loved you, and sent you forth. And when someone asks, what made this person who they are? The answer will not lie in talent, nor in effort, but in something simple yet powerful. You believed me, and that belief, offered in weakness yet in sincerity, has opened the door for me to do what no one could have imagined. So keep your heart steadfast, live awake, and live with courage, for what once felt like a distant promise is now knocking at the door, and when you step forward, all of heaven and earth will witness. You are one who is called, anointed, and sent forth with the power of the Eternal One. My beloved, if the words I have spoken in these sacred moments have truly reached the depths of your soul, if they've made your heart tremble like strings struck at the exact frequency of love and truth, do not let this feeling pass like a fleeting breeze. Do not let your heart stir only to fall back asleep as though it had never been awakened. Let what you felt become action, a living, honest response from your innermost being unto me. Do not hesitate. Do not wait until you feel ready in the way you think you must be. The best moment to return, to respond, to step into the new is now, in this very moment, as your soul is sensing my nearness. Perhaps there is a question echoing in your heart. Father, why should I care? Why does this matter in my spiritual journey? But I want you to listen carefully, for hidden behind the surprise of others lies confirmation of what I have planted within you. When the light inside you begins to shine forth, it can no longer be concealed as it once was. Those around you, whether knowingly or not, will begin to sense that there is something different about you. They will see a peace the world cannot give, a joy that does not depend on circumstances, a wisdom not born of study, and a humility untouched by weakness. And this will astonish them, for it stands in contrast to the ways of the world. My presence within you may bring comfort and illumination to some, but it may also provoke discomfort, even resistance in others. For when light shines into the darkness, it does not only reveal beauty, it also exposes what has been hidden. And you, my beloved one, are carrying such a light, not of human origin, but from my very spirit alive within you. So do not be surprised when your presence causes others to reflect on themselves. Do not fear when your gaze unsettles someone. Do not waver when your kindness is misunderstood, or when the gifts you carry are questioned. I know it can break your heart, causing you to wonder if you've done something wrong. But no, my child. This is simply confirmation that you are walking in the right direction. You cannot shine brightly without affecting the atmosphere around you. You cannot shine brightly without affecting the atmosphere around you. And every reaction, whether for better or worse, is a sign that the light within you is making an impact. You must understand that some people will not be able to accept your growth, not because they hate you, but because they do not know how to respond to the change they see in you. Perhaps they were used to the old image of you, when you were fragile, when you were entangled in failure. And now, as they witness your rising, your strength, your unshakable faith, your calm that flows from deep within, they don't know where to place you in the framework of their understanding. And sometimes their only response is resistance, suspicion, or distancing themselves from you. I know it pains you. I see your tears when a friend turns away, when a loved one no longer understands you, when someone who once stood beside you now feels distant. But, my beloved, do not let your heart close because of this. Do not let the wounds stop you from continuing to live in love. For even in those confusing reactions, I am refining the circle around you. I am clearing the way for new, purer connections that come from me. Yes, you will face strange looks, whispers behind your back, and attitudes you could never have predicted. But you will also walk through doors you never dared to knock on before. Opportunities will open so vast that they might overwhelm you, make your heart tremble, cause you to ask, how can I carry such a weight? But remember this, if I open the door, I will walk through it with you. I never invite you into anything without committing to walk the whole journey with you. So when others begin to recognize who you truly are in me, let it unfold naturally. Do not try to hide your uniqueness just to meet their expectations. Do not dim your light for fear of blinding others. Do not retreat into the shadows simply because the light has made you a target. I did not place light within you for it to be covered. I chose you to shine into the world, a lamp not hidden under a basket, but set high on a stand, to give light to everyone in the house. I am calling you to keep walking, to keep shining, to remain steadfast, regardless of who comes and who goes, who praises or who doubts you. And the beautiful truth is this: in the midst of all those chaotic reactions, I will teach you how to love unconditionally, how to stand without pride, how to live with strength without becoming hardened. You will learn to guard your heart in peace, untouched by the words or emotions of others, for I will be your rock, your refuge, the one you need to please above all. Remember this: the shock of others is not something you must avoid, but rather something you are to understand and address with love. For sometimes, in that very moment of astonishment, a door of conversation is opened. Someone will ask, "What changed you?" And you will have the opportunity to speak of me, of the grace that saved you, the love that healed you, the presence that renewed you. That, my beloved, is how I use you to touch the souls that only you can reach. So do not fear the attention. Do not tremble before the change. Do not hide from the light I have placed within you. Walk boldly, but with humility. Live radiantly, but full of mercy. And when the world wonders, when they marvel, when they do not yet understand, just keep loving. Because through that unwavering love and steadfastness, I will be revealed more clearly than ever before through your very life. My beloved child, when the eyes of the world begin to fix themselves on you, when whispers suddenly grow loud, when the spotlight unexpectedly turns toward you like floodlights on a stage you never meant to stand upon, I know you may feel uneasy, perhaps even drawn to retreat to the safety of the place you once hid. But my dear one, do not rush to conceal what I have formed in you out of fear of being misunderstood or misjudged. Do not let your natural reflex be to shrink back. Do not let humility be mistaken for denying your identity. I did not create you to live hidden in the shadows of others. I did not bestow upon you divine gifts, precious blessings, just for you to hide them in timidity. I have shaped you with my own hands, planted within you beams of light and seeds of the extraordinary, not to be buried in silence, but to flourish and shine wherever you go. I know there are moments when the attention feels uncomfortable. You may feel shy when others look at you with admiration, or when they speak of the good you've done as though you are someone special. Because deep inside there are still questions left unanswered. Am I truly worthy? Am I mistaken? Are people expecting something from me that I cannot carry? But my child, it was I who chose you. It was I who entrusted you with a gift bearing my eternal imprint. You do not need to prove your worth. It was sealed the moment I breathed life into your soul. You are not the random product of a careless flow. You are my masterpiece, crafted with intentional detail, each part of you carrying divine purpose. Stand firm in this knowledge. You are anointed, set apart, and prepared for such a time as this. The attention you're receiving is no accident. It is part of my plan, a divine appointment in time that my name may be glorified through your life. When others notice the difference in you, it is because the light I've ignited is beginning to shine more clearly in the darkness. And that light is not meant to be hidden. It must be guarded, nurtured, and used to guide many who have lost their way. You do not need to bow your head when the light within you causes others to marvel. Lift your head high with gratitude and humility, not to boast, but to bear witness. Every time someone pauses and says, "There's something different about you," you have the opportunity to point to me and say, "He is the source of all that is good within me." This is how I reveal myself to the world, through those who are willing to live authentically in the calling they have received. I have not called you to diminish yourself in order to be loved. I have not told you to shrink so you can fit into the narrow definitions the world tries to impose. I am inviting you to step forward in fullness and truth, with love, with peace, with genuine humility. You do not need to raise your voice to be heard. My presence within you will speak what needs to be spoken. You need only to be faithful, courageous, and willing to say yes to what I am doing. My beloved, I know that some of the glances you receive will not be filled with admiration, but with suspicion or even envy. I know there are those who will not understand you because they cannot see what I have planted within your soul. But do not let that cause you to shrink back. Do not let their negative words dim the flame I have ignited within you. Keep walking forward, for I go before you. I am your shield, the wind beneath your wings, the eyes that watch every step you take. You are not entering this new territory alone. Every step you take is noted in heaven. Every time you choose to live in the identity I have given you, you pave the way for others to find freedom in me. Your obedience will become an echo that awakens sleeping souls, and the light within you will spark hope in hearts that thought their flame had long since died. So stand boldly in the place where I have positioned you. Do not step back, do not hide. You were made for such a time as this, for this very moment. And when those around you begin to marvel, do not let it distract you. Let their amazement become a platform to reveal the truth, that every good thing within you comes from me, and that I can do the same in their lives. Remember that the extraordinary is not something you need to chase. It is something I planted within you long before you could speak your first word. And today I am awakening it. I am lifting you up so you can see more clearly the vision I have prepared for you all along. And as you begin to live with this awareness, you will no longer be swayed by the reactions of others. Instead, you will walk with a steady peace, knowing that you are living in alignment with the intention of your Creator. You do not need to fear when others begin to recognize who you are in me. It is not a burden, but an opportunity to reflect my glory, and I will give you enough wisdom, enough grace, enough humility to keep you from the snares of pride, so that your heart remains tender and the light within you stays pure and clear. My beloved, as you walk this journey I have appointed for you, as you rise through each season and your light begins to shine more brightly, there will be moments that are not easy. Those who were once close may start to see you differently. Those who were once silent may begin to speak. Some will celebrate, but others will question. Some will rejoice in your rising, but not a few will feel unsettled by what you carry. You need to understand this. Not all of those reactions are because you've done something wrong. Sometimes it is simply your presence that touches places within others they are not yet ready to face. When they see the grace I have placed upon you, when they sense the difference you carry, it can, without a word, illuminate the areas they feel are lacking within themselves. And that unsettles them. They may not even realize that they are responding out of woundedness, envy, or fear. Instead, they will look for reasons to discredit what you are living. They may question your motives, tarnish your name, or challenge your character. They will say, "There's no way this person could be called," or "There must be something hidden behind it," simply because they cannot fathom that I would do something extraordinary through someone as ordinary as you. But my child, hold your heart steady. Do not let those words take root in your mind or plant seeds in your heart. Do not let the venom of doubt shake your confidence in my love for you. Do not let their scrutinizing eyes make you shrink back or forget the identity I have etched onto your soul. For what is happening is not a sign that you are on the wrong path. It is evidence that you are beginning to step into the greater portion of the mission I have entrusted to you. You may feel lonely when those who once stood with you now keep their distance. You may feel it's unfair to be drawn into controversies you never joined, to hear your name whispered in shadows, to have your sincere heart misunderstood or twisted into something far from truth. But in those moments, my beloved, do not strive to defend yourself. Do not allow your heart to be wounded to the point where you feel you must speak up to protect your image. Let me be the one who defends you. I and I alone am your stronghold. I am not blind to what is happening. Every false word, every hidden scheme, every judgmental plot, I see them all. Nothing escapes my eyes, and you can be certain of this. I am not only watching, I am moving. I am dismantling the plans of darkness before they can surround you. I am removing invisible traps before your foot steps into them. And while you remain faithful, while you continue to choose love, while you choose silence to guard your peace, I am preparing a table of blessing in the presence of those who once doubted you. I do not do this to shame anyone, but to reveal a truth, that my grace is sufficient for the faithful, that I did not choose you because you are perfect, but because you are willing. and no word of accusation from human lips can overshadow the plans I have inscribed upon your life. My child, in the moments when you are misunderstood, rejected, even wounded by the very ones you once trusted, let your response become a song of mercy. Let your posture be shaped not by the instinct to defend, but by love forged in the fire. Let your words not carry the weight of bitterness, but be laced with humility, gentleness, and enduring patience. Do not allow anyone to make you lose the beauty of tenderness in your spirit. For when you keep your heart pure, I will be your defender. When you choose silence in my name, I will be the voice that resounds on your behalf. You will never have to fight alone. I am the one who fights for you. I go ahead of you to prepare the way. I stand behind you to shield from every arrow, and I am beside you to steady your trembling hands, to hold your breaking heart, to dry every hidden tear. I will lift you up from the ruins. I will restore your name in the face of rumors, and I will give you peace. Not the kind of false peace that comes from everyone agreeing with you, but the deep, unwavering peace that comes from knowing you are walking in my will. And above all, my beloved child, I long for you to hold fast to your faith, even when you do not yet see justice carried out, even when my defense has not arrived in the way you expected. For true faith is not forged in the applause of men, but refined in the midst of misunderstanding and silence. It is in the moments when you choose to trust, though no one stands with you, when no voice rises to vindicate you, that your heart is becoming more like mine than ever before. Let things unfold according to the path I have ordained. Do not rush to seek justice from human hands. Just keep loving, keep forgiving, and keep walking the road I have set before you, for it is your quiet faithfulness that speaks the loudest in the spiritual realm. Those who once doubted you may one day return to ask about the source of the peace you carry, and when that day comes, you will have the opportunity to testify, not merely with words, but with your life itself, a life unshaken by suspicion, unstained by bitterness, and radiant with the light of one who has been loved, chosen, and divinely protected by the True One. In this season, when everything around you may stir confusion, guard your heart with purity. Do not allow bitterness, anger, or disappointment to take root. Keep your heart tender. Keep your soul like a secret garden, saturated with my love, so that when I come, I will find a place prepared for the glory of my presence to dwell. A pure heart is where I reveal my deepest mysteries. A humble heart is where I release divine strength. My precious one, clothe yourself with the garment of humility. Not a false modesty, not a diminishing of your worth, but a deep awareness that you can do nothing apart from me, and that everything you have is by my grace. True humility does not make you weak. It is the strength to bow before me and to stand firm before the world. And those who know how to humble themselves before me, I will raise up in my appointed time. I will lift them to places they never dared to imagine. I will open doors for them that no one can shut. You may be walking through a season that feels uncertain, a time when everything you once knew is being tested. But do not be afraid. Do not rush to explain or understand everything. Keep your eyes fixed on me. Do not look around to compare. Do not look back in regret. Do not look down in discouragement. Lift your eyes to me, the one who began the good work in you, and it is I who will complete it, until the day it is fully fulfilled. If this message comes to you as a timely comfort, like a gentle breeze brushing over a weary soul, like a drop of water to a parched spirit, then know that it is I who ordained for you to receive it. Nothing reaches you by accident. If these words feel as though they are speaking directly to your heart, then rest assured, it is because I have heard every silent sob, the whispered cries you spoke into the night when no one knew. I heard them all. And now, I am answering you through these very words. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Even when you feel no one understands, no one walks with you, no one holds your hand through the difficult paths, I am there, walking beside you every step of the way. Even when you do not feel it, my presence has never left. Even when you do not hear it, my voice is still whispering to your soul. Even when you see darkness, I remain the light that never fades, shining from within you. Trust in that truth, even when your emotions cannot keep up. Every act of faith you've made, even the smallest, holds immense value in heaven. You may have thought that forgiving someone was a minor thing. You may have believed that continuing to pray without seeing an answer was in vain. You may have assumed that the steady steps you take in silence go unnoticed, but I see them, and I remember. Those acts of faith, though simple, are seeds you have sown into the spiritual ground, and like all seeds, they will have their season of harvest. Your sacrifices are not meaningless. Your faithfulness has not been forgotten. I am preparing a bountiful season of reaping just for you. So keep walking, even if the steps are slow, even if they tremble, as long as they're still moving toward me. I do not ask you to be strong for the entire journey, but I invite you to place your hand in mine, so that my strength may be made perfect in your weakness. When you cannot go on, I will move for you. When you are weary, I will sustain you. And when you no longer have words to pray, even your sighs are a beautiful prayer in my ears. Continue to sow in faith, live in trust, and act in obedience. For every step taken in the light I give is a step closer to the promise, and my promises never fall to the ground in vain. I am not a man who makes promises and fails to keep them. Everything I speak will come to pass in the time I have appointed. And you, yes, you, are being led to that fulfillment. So, my beloved child, guard your heart from confusion. Let your eyes remain fixed on me. Keep walking in humility, love, and unwavering faith. For I, the one who began this good work in you, will not stop until I complete a glorious masterpiece beyond anything you could ever dream. And on that day you will not only see the promise fulfilled and faithful, you yourself will become a living testimony of my love, my grace, and my faithfulness in a world that is desperate for hope. My precious one, when the light within you has been kindled, when the flame of faith begins to burn brightly in your soul, that is the moment I invite you not just to walk for yourself, but to extend your arms, open your heart, and become a light to those who are still groping in the darkness of forgetfulness, of wounding, and of aimless longing. I am seeking those who are willing to be bearers of light, gatekeepers of truth, healers through love and kindness, and you, yes, you, are one of them. The one I have chosen, the one I have trained in the quiet places, the one I trust to carry out the great work I am doing on this earth. There are so many souls wandering out there, not because they want to be lost, but because they've never truly encountered a love that asks for nothing in return. Never been guided by a hand that demands no transaction. They are parched in spirit, searching for something real that the world cannot provide. And you, with the wounds you once carried, the healing I've given, and the love you've tasted, you are the bridge through which they can come to see me more clearly. You don't have to be a persuasive speaker or someone standing on a grand platform. You only need a willing heart, open hands, and a heart full of compassion, and you will become the living word I send to them. Step forward boldly. Do not hesitate before the invisible walls. Do not worry about the smallness you think you carry. When you walk by faith, not by your own strength, but in complete trust in me, you will witness the extraordinary unfold. My grace will not only pour over you, but flow through you to others. The words you speak under the Spirit's leading will become streams of life, soaking into the dry and desolate places of the hearts that hear them. The quiet acts of love you offer will become seeds of life, sown into the most barren ground. However, I know that the very moment I call you to step out is also the moment fear begins to whisper. It doesn't come with noise, but creeps in silently and cunningly. It whispers, "You're not good enough. You have nothing to offer. You'll be misunderstood. What will they think if you live true to the nature I placed within you?" That fear, if you allow it to take the throne, will silence you precisely when I long for you to speak and bring life to a soul on the brink of despair. It will coax you to hide the precious gifts I've entrusted to you, to shrink down what I have given, and to live inside a shell of safety you've constructed for yourself. But my dear one, that safety is an illusion. It does not protect you. It only imprisons you, keeping you from the goodness I long to pour out. I did not create you to hide. I did not call you to live under the mask of normal. You were not called to blend in, but to stand out in radiant distinction. I did not intend for you to live a reduced version of yourself just to make others comfortable. I want you to live fully, with every gift, every trait, and every ounce of courage I breathed into your soul from the very beginning. When you dare to step out in truth, to live unhidden, to shine with the authentic beauty I gave you, walls within the hearts of others will begin to crack. Truth will awaken truth. Light will stir light. And fear in the hearts of many will be pushed back by the courage that flows from my presence within you. I never said it would always be easy. I never promised applause or agreement. But I do promise this: I will always be there. When you tremble with fear, I will be your strength. When you doubt yourself, I will be the voice reminding you of who you are in me. When you are misunderstood, I will be your defender. And when you grow weary, I will refresh you with my very breath of eternal life. Remember, my child, I do not need you to be perfect. I only need you to be willing. I'm not looking for the most capable by worldly standards. I'm seeking the courageous in heart, those who know they are nothing without me, but through me, they can do all things. And you, yes you, are the one I have chosen. Not because you are flawless, but because you let me shape you. Not because you are strong, but because you lean on my strength. Not because you never fall, but because you always choose to rise and keep walking. So do not let fear steal the voice I placed within you. Do not let doubt extinguish the flame of faith burning inside you. Do not let the past bind your feet from stepping into the destiny I am calling you toward. Remember, every step you take with me is a strike against the darkness. Every word of love you speak is a crack in the wall of deception. Every time you choose to reveal the truth, my light shines brighter upon this earth. You are not alone in this mission. You are not abandoned on the battlefield. I am your commander, your covering, and your source. Walk forward with simple faith, and I will turn that faith into miracles in the lives you touch. You are an instrument in my hands, a vessel through which I long to release a melody of redemption to a lost and longing world. Be courageous. Be authentic. Step forward, and let my love through you become the lamp that lights the way for many who are desperate for life, aching for a way home. For you are the voice I have raised for such a time as this, a voice of hope, of truth, of light, and I will be with you, even to the end. You are standing at a sacred turning point in your journey, a place where the light of revelation is unfolding new horizons, yet also bringing forth challenges unlike those of the past. As you grow in my wisdom and depth, know that the enemy will not stand idle. The closer you draw to me, the more that which is not of me will try to shake you. But do not let this trouble your heart. Do not be afraid when you feel the headwinds blowing stronger, for they hold no power over you, and they certainly do not catch me by surprise. You must understand that every new level of revelation comes with new responsibility, and with it, new trials. As your mind is opened to see more clearly who I am, as your heart enters into deeper intimacy with me, the darkness around you begins to tremble. It does not tremble because you are weak, but because you are growing stronger in me. It does not react because you are in error, but because you are drawing nearer to truth and divine power. These trials do not come to destroy you, but to refine you, to prove that what I have planted within you is real and enduring. I never lead you into a new place without equipping you with new strength. I do not call you into higher ground and then leave you without the weapons necessary for the battle. Everything you need for the next stage, I have already prepared to give you, if you continue to keep your heart closely bound to mine. And this is what I want you to seal into your heart. Do not fear tomorrow, for I am the one who holds every moment of your future. The future is not beyond control. It is not some vague mystery drifting in the tides of life. It is held in my hands, the hands that formed you from dust, the hands that wrote your story before your form took shape, and the hands that continue to write each chapter with perfect love and divine intention. When you think about tomorrow, let unwavering faith replace anxious thoughts. Remember, you do not walk alone. Every step you take, I go before you, I walk beside you, and I guard behind you. Instead of letting your heart be troubled by what has not yet come, devote your strength and your love to cultivating our relationship here and now. Love me with your whole soul, with an honest heart that seeks no performance, with an unquenchable longing to be near me. Choose to live each day as a sacred opportunity to draw closer, to better understand my gentle voice, to listen for the rhythm of my heart leading you to greater goodness. My word is a lamp to your feet, a map in the wilderness of the world, the wind that sets your sails in the right direction amidst many shifting waves. Do not take my word lightly. Do not let it be just sound in your ears without reaching your heart. Let my word become your daily bread, nourishing your soul, a living weapon to sustain you in times of trouble, and a firm foundation to stand on when all around you seems to shake. I have also given you an unspeakable gift, my Holy Spirit. He is not just a distant concept, not merely a soft breeze brushing your thoughts in prayer. He is your guide, your closest companion, your counselor, who lives within you and walks with you through every season. Let him speak within you. Learn to recognize his signals. Make time to commune with him, to train your heart to listen and respond to his gentle leading that stirs in your soul. When you let my word lead and my spirit guide, there is nothing ahead that you need to fear. No matter the unexpected, no matter the adversity that seems too much for human strength, you will remain steadfast. Because your roots are not grounded in emotion, but in my eternal truth. And when you walk with me, not just for me, but truly with me, you will be prepared to face anything, not because you know every answer, but because you know me, the one who always has the right answer at the right time. You do not need to be perfect to draw near to me. You do not have to understand everything in order to be worthy of my guidance. You simply need to be willing to say yes, even if your voice trembles, even if your steps are hesitant, even if your heart has yet to see the full picture. Daily obedience, the choice to keep moving forward, and faithfulness in the smallest things. This is how you build a life that cannot be shaken. And as you remain faithful in what is now before you, I will open the way to what comes next. My beloved child, you may not clearly see the level you are stepping into, but I see it. You may think you are just trying to make it through each day, but in truth, you are being lifted step by step in the Spirit. You are being trained for greater glory, for broader influence, for a higher calling in my kingdom. And every small decision you make today becomes a foundational stone in the spiritual house I am building within you. So stay faithful, stay rooted, keep your eyes on me. Do not let your gaze be drawn away. Do not let your heart grow cold. Do not let tomorrow's worries extinguish today's joy. Live each moment as if it carries eternal worth, because it truly does. I am here. I will not leave. And I will continue to take your hand, leading you through every land, every desert, every mountaintop and valley. And when you look back, you will see that every stretch of the journey, whether dark or bright, has brought you closer to what I have promised. A life not only protected, but transformed, glorified in my unshakable love. My precious child, now that you have set foot in this new land, where the light of revelation is beginning to illuminate the deeper chambers of your soul, where you are starting to see more clearly the treasures I have hidden within you since the beginning, now more than ever, I am inviting you into a life of spiritual discipline, steadfast and enduring, not so you may prove yourself spiritual, but so your heart may be anchored deeply in me, unmoved by the winds of emotion, unshaken by the confusing voices of the world. Tend to your prayer life as faithfully as a farmer sows his seeds each morning, whether under a gray sky or beneath the scorching sun. Do not wait until you feel full of faith to pray. Come to me even when your faith feels fragile. Do not wait until everything aligns perfectly to lift your voice in worship. Offer your praise even when your heart is still heavy with questions. For it is in those seemingly barren moments when all your lips can whisper is, Lord, please stay with me, that I am nearer to you than ever before. Prayer is not a duty, it is the breath of the soul. Worship is not a performance, it is a living stream flowing from the depths of a heart moved by love. And my word, it is the bread of life, the light that never fades, the compass in the night. Let the time you spend in my word become a refuge for your mind amid the noise of the world. Do not read merely to know. Let my word enter in, to heal, to shape, and to transform. For every word I speak holds life, carrying within it the power to lift you up and drive back the darkness. But my dear child, you cannot go far if you walk alone. Even though I am always with you, on this earthly journey, I desire for you to be surrounded by those who belong to me, those who will not let you fall in silence, those who will intercede for you when you have no strength left to pray, those who will remind you of the truth when you are torn between the voice of the flesh and the call of the Spirit. Choose companions who revere me, those who will lift your soul rather than wound it with careless words. Open your heart to be taught and guided by those who are wise in me, for no one is called to walk this path in isolation. Mutual support is something I have placed within my body so that life may flow and faith may be nourished. And my child, as the things I have promised begin to take form, when doors begin to open and grace pours out, guard your heart against pride. Pride is the most seductive darkness. It comes not with noise, but silently creeps in, disguised as strength, as confidence, yet it is truly the seed of downfall. Always remember that every good thing you now possess, your talents, your influence, your opportunities, your understanding, none of it came by your wisdom or effort, but by my grace. No one can create the sacred by themselves. All is given. And when you keep a humble heart, grateful in success, tender in correction, silent in the face of praise, then I myself will continue to lift you up. For I delight in those who bow low. I draw near to hearts broken by my holiness, and I will shield you from the snares set by the subtle temptations of pride, the very thing that has brought down even the strongest of souls. So, every time something good happens, whether it be something as small as a word of encouragement or as great as a door of destiny swinging wide, turn your heart toward me in praise without delay. Offer thanksgiving before seeking to understand the reason. Bless my name even when it doesn't come through the effort you expected. Immediate praise is the sign of a heart that remains awake in grace. I do not need you to appear strong. I need you to remain faithful. I do not seek perfect people. I seek souls who return to me daily, who lean on me, who live with sincerity, who fall at my feet not out of failure, but out of the deep knowing that I alone am the source of life. And it is in that place where you choose to abide, choose humility, choose to listen, and choose to praise, that you will be equipped to go further, deeper, and stronger in the journey I have ordained for you. Oh, my beloved child, you are being prepared for a season where revelation will overflow. And everything you do today, whether it is a whispered prayer, a morning spent reading scripture through fatigue, or a song of praise when you understand nothing, each is a solid stone in the spiritual foundation I am building within you. Upon this foundation, I will not only raise your life, but the impact you will carry into the lives of others. Beloved one, when you still your heart before my presence, you will see that every word I speak is not merely carried by the wind, but is a divine covenant etched into eternity. I do not speak empty promises. I engage, I move, and I fulfill my word in its appointed time. I call you now in this sacred hour of transformation to cling to my promises as your priceless treasure. Do not treat them lightly. Do not let doubt dim the light of hope within you. Every word I have given you is the heartbeat of my love for you, a heart that never tires, never retreats in its pursuit of you. You may have walked through long and trying seasons, when the promises seemed as distant as the dawn that had yet to break, but I say to you, look again. The light has begun to rise upon the horizon. Those promises are not dead, not fading. They are alive, growing stronger with every beat of your faith. The more you believe, the closer they draw. The more you declare, the more real they become. Let every word I've spoken be a steadfast pillar, upholding your soul through the storms. Let my words rekindle the flame within you, the flame that once dimmed under the weight of pain, disappointment, and long seasons of waiting. Do not hesitate to place your full trust in me. I know it takes courage, especially when everything in the natural realm seems to contradict what I have promised. But it is in the darkness that faith shines the brightest. It is in the moments of uncertainty that your trust in me becomes the anchor securing your soul. Be bold in your belief that I am the one who never forsakes a promise. Let not your circumstances shape your faith. Let your faith shape your circumstance. When you stand firm on what I have spoken, the entire universe begins to shift under my command for your good. Do you not know that even in the silence I am at work? I never rest. I am orchestrating all things in the unseen realm, preparing the breakthrough that will soon unfold in the seen. I am loosening the invisible chains that once held your mind captive. I am straightening the crooked paths, opening doors no force can shut. What once stood as obstacles are now being transformed into stepping stones to lift you higher. What once were wounds are now being healed and turned into living testimonies of my power to restore. I know you've asked many times, when, Lord? But today I say to you, right now, I am moving. Even if you cannot yet see it, believe. Even if you do not yet feel it, trust. Your faith is not in vain. Your obedience has not gone unnoticed. Every tear you've shed, every whispered prayer in the night, I have gathered them all like sacred seeds, and the harvest is near, sooner than you imagine. As long as you walk in faithfulness, I will not let you fall into the pit of despair. I will lift you from the mire and set your feet upon solid rock. My beloved, lift your eyes to me instead of the wind and waves. Let your gaze be fixed on what I am doing, not on what is resisting you. The walls are falling. New gates are opening. What was locked in the past season is now being released by my very hand. Walk forward in the unshakable assurance that your victory has already been secured in me, and no enemy can undo what I have established. You do not have to fight alone. You do not have to find your way on your own. I am the one guiding you, step by step, breath by breath, day by day. Let today mark a sacred turning point in your journey. The day you choose not to live by emotion, but by faith. The day you refuse to let fear govern your actions, and instead let my love and direction light your path. The day you no longer allow delay to discourage you, but let unwavering trust hold you steady. This is the moment I am calling you into breakthrough, not by your own strength, but by the power I am pouring out. Look back and see the evidence of my hand. It was there in your tears, in the moments you thought you had fallen for good. Remember, no trial you've endured has been wasted. I have used every one to mold you into someone stronger, wiser, and more deeply connected to me. You are no longer who you once were. You have been forged and refined through the fire, prepared now for a season of glory unlike anything you've ever known. And my beloved child, that is why I urge you now. Do not delay any longer. Step into what I have prepared for you. Step forward with a heart no longer filled with doubt. Declare my promises, not merely with your lips, but through your life and the choices you make. Do not let the past define you. Do not let fear hold you back. Allow me to continue writing your story, a story radiant with victory, healing, and glory. I am waiting for you at the appointed place of destiny. A new chapter is ready to be opened. One where everything you have ever longed for, everything you have wept over in prayer, is being aligned to be revealed in the most beautiful way, beyond all that you could imagine. Be courageous and believe, my dear one, for I, the faithful one, have begun a good work in you, and I myself will bring it to completion until the day of glory. O my beloved, now that you have chosen to dwell close to me, Now that your heart has responded to the call from heaven, let my voice become your first breath each morning and the final whisper you hear when night falls. Let my word be the living sound that echoes through your soul amidst the noise of this world. Do not let your mind be distracted by empty calls or whispers of doubt. I, the one who called you by name, am also the one who will guide you, who will lead you through every path, even those your eyes have never seen, but your heart knows. I walk ahead of you. Each day you live is a new opportunity to step into deeper revelation from on high. I do not call you to live by memories of yesterday's miracles, but by a living and ever-new relationship each day. Come to me in the stillness, receive inspiration from the eternal realm, and listen for wisdom that does not come from man, but from my own spirit. Ideas, strategies, and solutions beyond your ability will begin to flow like streams from heaven, not because you are worthy, but because you are willing to listen and walk in obedience. I am your stronghold, unshakable amidst a shifting world. When you choose to put your trust in me, you not only find safety, but you are equipped for victory. No power, no scheme, no word from the enemy can defeat you when you are hidden in me. Those who once waited to see you fall will stand amazed as you remain unshaken through the storm. They will see that you not only survived but soared, not by your own strength, but because you are held tightly in my almighty arms. My child, those who once plotted to harm you will be removed from your life, not by vengeance, but by my righteous and loving hand. I will take away anything that no longer serves the divine purpose I have for your journey. I will cut off toxic ties and connections that are not of me, to make room for those truly meant to walk with you in the light. Do not fear the loss of what once felt familiar. What I remove is only to make space for what is better, purer, and holier. And then you will see, you will witness with your own eyes the transformation you had only dared to hope for in silence. You will see that my promises are not mere words, but enduring truth. You will see restoration rise from the very places you thought were desolate. The wounds that once caused you to bleed will become places where fruit bursts forth. The losses that once left you weeping in the dark will be transformed into radiant testimony, and you will not only be healed, but elevated, commissioned, and used as a vessel to bring healing to many others. You have wrestled with financial burdens, with situations that seemed impossible to escape. But know this, not a single day of that lack was meaningless in my eyes. I saw every tear you shed when you didn't know how you would make it through. I've heard every sigh you released as you tried to remain faithful amidst poverty, and I myself have remembered that quiet faithfulness. Now, as you begin to walk by true faith, not merely believing in my provision, but living as though I am already providing, I will open the doors of abundance, not to make you proud, but to make you a faithful steward of heavenly resources. I will pour out not just enough, but an overflow, so that from you, blessings will flow to many others. The prosperity I give will not only be financial, but also the kind of peace that cannot be bought, the restoration of relationships, and a joy that cannot be shaken. As you live according to my principles, you will witness my blessings chasing you down and overtaking you. I do not promise you a life without hardship, but I do promise that hardship will not define you. The once parched lands of your life will be watered. The places where you knew only lack will become sources of supply for others, and you will walk in fullness, not because you know how to create wealth, but because you know how to come to the one who gives it. Prepare yourself for a new season, a season of divine transition, a time when all that you have endured will be repaid. I am exchanging your pain for unshakable joy. I am replacing burdens with lightness in the spirit, and I am bringing you out of the land of endurance into the land of influence. There you will not only receive, but give. Not only hear about miracles, but live in them. So, my beloved one, keep your heart alert. Listen closely to every word I whisper into your ear. Do not let the noise of the world drown out my gentle yet powerful voice. Let your heart open every morning, ready to receive the flow of inspiration from heaven. Let your steps be guided not by fear, but by the peace that comes from me. And live with expectation that every good thing is on its way to you, not because you are enough, but because I am the one who is always more than enough. You are no longer bound by the past. You are not limited by your circumstances. You are not defined by what others have said about you. You are shaped by my word, upheld by my grace, and led by my spirit. And because of this, you will walk in victory. Not an easy victory, but a glorious one. Because I myself am the one who fights beside you, and where I am, nothing is impossible. Now that you have begun to place your full trust in me, now that your faith is no longer a faint flicker in the storm, but has become a blazing flame in the darkness, I invite you to take one more step into the depths of divine comfort that only I can give. Let that comfort not merely touch the surface of your soul, but soak into the innermost places, where old wounds still bleed and long-dead hopes quietly await resurrection. Let the sweetness of my love be like a pure stream flowing through the desert within you, so that from that place all barrenness will be revived, and all that seemed lost will be redeemed in perfect beauty. Sit still with me, right here in this very moment, and feel my breath gently enveloping you. Let my presence be like a soft breeze sweeping through your weary soul, restoring you little by little. I know how much you've tried, how far you've journeyed with unspoken burdens pressing heavily upon your shoulders. I see the times you smile at others while carrying silent sorrows no one truly understands. That is why I invite you to return, not to a physical place, but to a sacred space where your heart can fully rest within my embrace. In that place, you don't have to be strong. You don't have to hide. You don't have to pretend to be okay. You only need to be you, and I will love you completely, just as you are. From this very moment, I long to walk with you on a journey, not a brief or fearful one, but a grand journey, woven by my own guidance, designed by my very hands for you since the beginning of time. It is not a journey merely for survival, but one that leads you into true living. Living with meaning, with purpose, and with a profound awareness of who you are in me. This is the journey I have prepared for you. Every path, every turn, every divine encounter, arranged with care to lead you into a life of abundance, freedom, and peace that far exceeds all human understanding. The abundance I speak of is not confined to material things. It is the wholeness of your soul, a place where you are no longer lost, no longer imprisoned by shame, anxiety, or guilt. The freedom I desire to give you is not fleeting, but a complete release from every invisible chain that has ever bound you. The wounding words, the harsh judgments, the past failures, and the peace I am inviting you into is not the fragile calm that circumstances may offer, but a deep, unshakable stillness that remains even in the midst of storms, because you know that I am with you, and I will never forsake you. So, my beloved, pause tonight. Stop in the midst of the noise, the busyness, the tangled thoughts swirling in your mind. Stop, not because you're giving up, but because you're choosing to listen to the sacred whisper from deep within. Let your heart slow down from its hurried rhythm, so it may catch the rhythm of mine, the heartbeat of unconditional love, of boundless mercy, and of a gentle yet mighty invitation. Remain in me. Reflect on what you have received today, not merely through logic, but in the stillness of your soul. Let every word I've spoken echo within you, like sacred melodies, awakening the deepest parts of your spirit. Allow yourself to say with utter sincerity and resolute faith, "O Eternal One, I no longer want to walk alone. I no longer wish to search for my way in the darkness. I choose to trust in you. I believe you are unchanging, my steadfast refuge. I am ready to open my heart to receive the wondrous grace you are pouring out. Do not be afraid to speak those words aloud, for in the very act of believing them, you give me permission to transform your life. My grace is not a vague concept. It is a river of life that flows endlessly, touching even the driest places within you, stirring to life all that seemed lost. And when you open your heart to receive that grace, you will begin to witness miracles, not because you are good enough, but because I love you beyond measure. My child, this moment is no accident. Tonight is not just another night. This is the appointed time I have chosen to speak into your life, to invite you into a new season, a season of restoration, a season of new beginnings, a season of spiritual elevation. I do not want you to merely survive each passing day. I want you to live with freedom, with fulfillment, and with the true joy that flows from me. So then, my beloved child, hesitate no more. Come closer to me. Offer up the sincere cry of your heart, even if it is but a faint whisper, for I hear it, and I respond. Let this night be the beginning of something new, a sacred turning point where you choose to anchor your whole heart in me, where you no longer look back on the past with regret, but begin to look ahead with radiant hope. For I, the ever-living one, am walking with you, and what I have begun, I will bring to glorious completion. You are not alone, you are not forgotten, you are not left behind. You are exactly where I need you to be, at the appointed time I have ordained, to begin a new journey, a grand journey between me and you. Take my hand, and together we will walk forward into places you never dared to dream of, to heights you have never yet reached. For now, you no longer walk by your own strength. You walk in me, and that is more than enough to overcome all things. My beloved child, in me you will never lack anything you need to continue moving forward. There is not a single need of yours that I do not see, not a single desire in your heart that I do not already know. I am your endless source, your strength when you are weary, your wisdom when you are confused, your peace when storms rage in your soul, and your joy when your heart feels withered and dry. In me you will find not only what you need to survive, but all that is required to rise, to triumph gloriously, and to step into a life of abundance, rich in spirit and flourishing in your earthly walk, a life overflowing with all I have carefully prepared for you, even before you were formed in your mother's womb. Long ago, I determined that you would not live as a defeated one, not dragging your feet in shame or bound by the wounds of yesterday. It was ordained that you would rise, not as someone merely struggling to make it through the day, but as a warrior, anointed with power from heaven. You were not called to endure endlessly, but to overcome, not to dwell in silence, but to be a voice of hope, of truth, and of life. I long to see you step boldly out of the place where you once fell. I do not want you to continue carrying the invisible chains of the past, shame, disappointment, accusations, or self-condemnation. These things no longer have power over you. It is time for you to face the darkness, not with fear, but with the light I have placed within you. Cast out the whispers of doubt that once made you question your worth. Push back the thoughts that told you you're not good enough, not strong enough, not lovable enough to be chosen by me. For you are not defined by fleeting emotions, nor are you limited by what others have labeled you as. My child, I have seen the times you remained silent when misunderstood, the nights you questioned what you had done to deserve such harsh words from those you trusted. I have witnessed the ache of your heart from wounds inflicted by careless tongues, words like arrows, sharp and cruel. But today, I stand before you as a living shield, and I declare to you, none of those things define who you are. No insult has the authority to shape your identity, for only I, your Creator, hold that sacred right. And what I declare about you is final. No one can undo it. Your essence has not been distorted by the mistakes of the past. The failures you once stumbled into do not make you insignificant in my eyes. On the contrary, it is within those very weaknesses that I have forged you into a warrior with a compassionate heart, a soul that does not easily waver. I do not require perfection from you. I simply desire your willingness to rise again, to stand once more in the light of the truth I have placed within your heart. Remember, you are not alone in this battle. I am not calling you to fight in your own strength. I am your steadfast support, the one who goes before you to clear the path, who stands behind you to protect, who holds your hand so you won't collapse when weariness weighs down your spirit. When you choose to walk in my name, you carry with you a power that surpasses every force of darkness, and because of that, no enemy can drag you back into the pit of defeat. My child, do not let invisible burdens continue to crush your soul. I see clearly the silent battles you face each day, the unrelenting anxious thoughts, the feeling of not belonging anywhere, the haunting memories that still cling to your dreams like ghosts. But I say to you now, it is time to let go. Place them in my hands. Hand over every heavy thing to me, and you will see how I transform them into instruments for your building up. Not one tear you've shed has been wasted. Everything you have endured will be used by me to birth something good. A life not only healed, but empowered to bring healing to others. Embrace the new identity I have given you. No longer are you the failure. No longer are you the forgotten. No longer are you the rejected. From this day forward, when you look into the mirror, see someone who is loved, someone who is chosen, someone who is rising in power and grace. I want you to see yourself through my eyes, eyes that do not condemn, that are not harsh, but are filled with compassion and hope. I see in you limitless potential to bring transformation, to rewrite a life story no longer tethered to pain, but shaped by victory, mercy, and glory. Lift up your head, my child. Walk with confidence. Let each of your steps carry the imprint of strength that comes from heaven. I do not promise the absence of trials, but I promise you will never have to face them alone. And I also promise that your ending will not resemble the cries of the past that once echoed through your mind. I am rewriting the final chapter of your life story with my very hand, the hand of everlasting love, the hand of complete restoration. So walk forward with courage. Let the harsh words fall behind you like dust on the road. Let old wounds become badges of honor, proof that you have overcome not in bitterness but in grace. And let your life become a living testimony that nothing is too broken for me to restore, no one is too lost for me to bring home, and no past is too dark for my light to illuminate. If the words I'm speaking now have touched your heart, if this revelation stirs something deep within you, a spiritual awakening, a quiet call, a rising undercurrent of hope, do not let it pass like a fleeting emotion. Let it be met with real faith, not theoretical faith, not belief that rests only on lips, but active faith, a living, unwavering commitment despite your circumstances, despite what your natural eyes can see. For even now, I am refining your soul in the fire of grace and truth. I am shaping you, preparing you, and equipping you for a journey that not everyone dares to walk. A journey where you will become a faithful steward of my glory. Each passing day is not merely another day in your earthly life. It is another layer in your sacred transformation. I am leading you into true maturity. Not a maturity born of worldly experiences, but one birthed from deep, intimate communion with me. The trials you are facing are not meant to weaken you, but to strengthen the parts of you that have long been neglected. The dry seasons you are enduring are not designed to wither your soul, but to clear the path for a torrential outpouring from heaven, one that will refresh every hidden corner of your life. You were not born to exist like a grain of sand lost in the desert, but to become a mighty mountain standing tall in the land I have given you. And now, as you choose to believe, to obey, to remain steadfast, I am empowering you to steward, to lead, to glorify my name through every work your hands touch. I am granting you the role of a spiritual overseer, not merely to guard what I've entrusted to you, but to multiply, to cultivate, and to spread the influence of heaven across this earth. My declarations are living words, eternal truth, unshaken by time or circumstance. What I have spoken will never return void. Remember this, a single word from my mouth has the power to shift the destiny of an entire generation. And now, I have spoken such a word over your life that days of abundance, seasons of complete blessing, radiant moments where my promises become your reality are drawing near. So near, my beloved. So near that you can feel the atmosphere shifting, the realm of the spirit vibrating, the anticipation rising like a flame in your heart. Place your full trust in my promises, for the word of the Almighty never contradicts the spiritual reality I am unveiling. I never speak without certainty of fulfillment. I do not sow hope only to leave you reaping disappointment. Every stirring in your heart, every sacred dream, every deep longing, every vision you've seen in prayer bears my imprint. And if I have sown it, I will also bring it to life, cause it to grow, and bring it to fruition. Let your faith in me calm your heart, still the undercurrents of doubt, and silence the negative voices that still echo in your mind. Let the unwavering assurance that I hold your life become a stream of peace, flooding your soul with a confidence that comes from heaven, not arrogance, but a deep knowing that you are protected, guided, and led by one who never breaks his promises. I invite you to look beyond. Do not fix your gaze on the difficulties, the conflicts, or the problems you are facing. Look through them. See with spiritual eyes, for what lies ahead is not a dark abyss, but a prepared land where my glory will be revealed. You are not stepping into battle merely to fight, but to overcome. This is the season where the greatness I planted in you before the foundations of the world will begin to blossom and shine. I am pouring out divine power upon your life, not drop by drop, but like the first rains of the season, strong, refreshing, and unstoppable. The strength I give is not like the strength of the world. It flows from love, from truth, from holy anointing. It will give you the courage to rise, the wisdom to act, the discernment to hear my voice, and the perseverance to endure, no matter how long the trial may last. Rise up, my child. Arise not with haste, but with steadfastness. Step forward not with human will, but with holy inspiration from the Spirit. You will not fail. You will not stumble halfway. I have placed within you everything you need to conquer, to overcome, to break every chain that once bound your life. You will see that the very things which once brought you to your knees will now become the launch pads that lift you higher. What once wounded you will become the lessons you teach others. The cracks of the past will become the places where my light shines through the strongest. And then you will know, everything you once endured had a purpose. Every tear that fell carried meaning. Every sleepless night is now being exchanged for a morning of restoration and blessing. My beloved child, believe this. You are not merely passing through a season. You are being transformed. A shift is taking place within your spirit. You are no longer who you once were. You are being clothed with a new garment, a mantle of glory, of anointing, of one who has been commissioned. And you will reach many souls. You will shake the very ground you walk upon, for I am moving through you. Now lift up to me your sincere prayer. Almighty God, Eternal One, full of mercy and compassion, I praise you with all my heart. You are the one who formed me in perfect wisdom, who breathed life into my soul and planted within me the seeds of divine glory and power. There is none like you, the one who sees the future, heals the past, and walks with me in every moment of the present. Your presence is the light that pierces the darkness within me, the gentle whisper amid the storms of my soul. You are not only the sovereign over all creation, but also the loving Father who cherishes me with the deepest tenderness. O Lord, I exalt you, because you know me more intimately than I know myself, and yet you still love me with an unfailing love. I will lift my voice in praise forever, for you alone are worthy to be exalted above all names. Lord, help me to walk boldly in the identity you have given me. Uproot every false belief I've ever held about myself and replace them with your divine truth. Grant me the courage to not shrink back in the face of curious or doubtful eyes. When the world fails to understand me, let me remember that you do, and that you have chosen me for an eternal purpose. Let your Holy Spirit affirm daily within me that I am set apart, deeply loved, and powerfully equipped by your own hand. Lord, when I face skepticism, envy, or opposition because your light shines through my life, guard my heart against bitterness and fear. Grant me calmness, humility, and unconditional love so that I may reflect your nature. Even when I am misunderstood or judged, help me not to respond in the flesh, but in the Spirit. Place your words on my lips that you yourself may defend my honor and my destiny. Lord, as I step into this season of revelation and am called into the light, grant me wisdom from above. Keep me from pride, from the snares of ego, and from the vanity of display. Give me a heart that listens for your voice amid the noise, that seeks you in the stillness. Grant me peace that surpasses all understanding when I face the unknown, and give me boldness to follow your leading, even when I cannot see the full path ahead. Lord, I pray for your divine protection to cover every area of my life. May your angelic armies guard me from every scheme of the enemy. Hide me under the shadow of your wings when the poisonous arrows of human words are launched. When unjust accusations surround me, Remind me that I stand clothed in the righteousness you provide. I do not fight alone. You are the one who fights for me, and in your protection I am perfectly secure. Lord, I ask that you strengthen my faith each day. When I feel weak, please be my steadfast strength. When I am shaken by doubt, ignite within me the flame of conviction. Let me know deep in my spirit that it is not the opinions of people nor the circumstances around me that define my life, but your word alone is the only standard by which I live and walk. Help me to trust not with fleeting emotions, but with a deep commitment that you are sovereign, and nothing is beyond your control. Lord, I bow my heart in gratitude for your unshakable love for me. I know that even when I am misjudged, misunderstood, or forgotten, you see me clearly, and still you choose me. Thank you for placing within me precious gifts, not to be hidden but to shine for your glory. I am grateful that you not only called me, but you train me, protect me, and lovingly guide me in a personal way. Every tear, every fear, every whispered prayer, you understand it all. Thank you that today I can stand in full assurance, knowing that I belong to you, and my destiny is being lifted up by the very hands of my Almighty Father. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. If you love the Lord, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of the life-giving and meaningful messages from God. Together, we will grow in faith and live a fulfilled life in His love. Amen.